I paid someone $100 to make a mobile phone game for me and publish it on the Android Google Play App Store. If you're into game development or have ever considered creating your own app, this video is for you. Was it worth it? Probably not. Here's why. So I was scrolling on Fiverr looking for that next side hustle, and I see this gig by a person that claims that they'll reskin and publish a top-notch money-making Unity game for the Play Store. If you don't know what Fiverr is, it's this website where you can pay people a small sum of money to do certain digital services for you. Basically, it's just a platform for connecting with freelancers. My first thought when I saw this was, yeah, right. But I've used Fiverr a few times in the past, and usually you can sort of tell what you're going to be getting up front based on the person's reviews. And this person actually had a fairly large number of good reviews. So I go to their page, see what the details of the gig are, and like most services on the site, there are different tiers. Since this is the first game development related gig I've tried, I'm a little hesitant to throw a large sum of money at someone right away, but $100 seems like just the right amount for me to dip my toes in the water. I decided to bite the bullet and signed up for the gig. Like most gigs on Fiverr, this one had a small list of requirements for me to answer once I had signed up to get them the information they needed to get started. All this one asked for was a name for the game, my brand name, my brand logo, and for me to add them to my Google AdMob and Play Console accounts. I found out during this process that Google has at least 3 separate services for serving advertisements. They have Google AdSense, which is what I was already familiar with, since that's what YouTubers use to make money, the thing that links to our YouTube analytics and actually gets us paid. Then they have Google AdMob, which I guess is specifically for serving people ads inside of mobile phone games. Then they also have Google Ads, which is where you go to get them to advertise your product or service. So basically, Google AdSense and Google AdMob are for making money, Google Ads is for spending money. For the title of my game, I consulted my wife, who's just fantastic with coming up with names. She came up with Content Free Time, she came up with Limited Lives, she nicknames all of my Pokemon, and so I only found it fitting that she would name my mobile game. She threw out a few different ideas, but ultimately we decided on Word Trap. This is after we picked a game style and saw what the game would look like. He had sent me some more questions asking which of 6 different game styles I would like to use for my asset flipped game. The options were an Endless Runner, an Angry Birds clone, a stick figure fighting game, a top-down shooter, a word puzzle game, and one of those generic find the treasure games you see in cell phone ads everywhere, but never actually see anyone playing. I chose the word games since those were what I had the most personal experience with, and it sounded the most fun to me out of the 6. After we got all that figured out and gave the guy my information, all I had to do was wait. With the game development finalized, it was time to submit Word Trap to the Google Play Store. The developer handled pretty much all of the publishing process for me, including setting up the game page, creating graphics, and optimizing keywords for better discoverability. At least it should have led to better discoverability. Ideally, if the market wasn't already totally flooded with all of these games. The big day had finally arrived, the official launch of Word Trap on the Google Play Store. It was a mix of excitement and nervousness as I eagerly awaited the response from the gaming community. So I knew Google Play Store discovery was bad. I mean, how could it not be with thousands of people uploading new apps every week? But I didn't realize exactly how bad it was until this game was published. To this day, if you just search for Word Trap on the Play Store, you won't find my game. You'll find Word Trip and a million other similar looking and sounding games, but Word Trap is just nowhere to be found. In order to find my game on the Google Play Store, you actually have to put the name in quotes for some reason. It can't just be Word Trap, it's gotta be quote Word Trap end quote. It doesn't make any sense. I can see why you might have to do that if you're searching for something similar, but come on, if you type the exact name of the game should come up first. There's no reason for it not to. Okay, so I know the real reason. It's algorithm and advertising garbage. I'm sure some of these games are super popular, they've been on the store for forever, and they've paid a ton of money for advertising. But still. Funnily enough, I'd be trying this game out for the first time at the same time as anyone else in the world could be. Chances are I would still be the first since I was the first to know about it after the developer, but I still think the idea is kind of funny. I tried it out as soon as I could, and you know what? It's not bad! It's a little like Wordscape if you've tried that game, except each level has a specific theme of words you're supposed to find. And it's a little easier than Wordscape, because rather than trying to find a dozen different words with just a few letters, you're just trying to find a few words in like this word cross puzzle. But yeah, not bad, just simple, fun, and surprisingly addicting. I started by sharing the games with my friends and family. My immediate family actually seemed to enjoy it. That wasn't something I was expecting. That being said, it's obvious I wasn't going to get anywhere with people having to type my game's name in quotes on the Play Store in order to find it. So I had to shell out just a little more money for Google Ads. In the weeks following the launch, I closely monitored the game's performance. I'm still not sure where Google displayed these ads or who they're going to, but paying for ads did seem to help quite a bit. On day 1, without the ads, I got 4 downloads total. By the time I started advertising on day 3, I was up to 99 downloads, a huge improvement, but still not very good by mobile game standards. Now it's been a few months since launch, and I've only made about $20 off the thing, despite spending $100 on game development and another $100 on ads. So yeah, net $180 loss. But hey, maybe someone super popular will discover it and like it for some reason and it'll take off eventually? I doubt it, but who knows? Throughout this journey, I learned some valuable lessons. Firstly, if you don't have the knowledge or time to program a game yourself, then having a clear vision and communicating effectively with a well-paid developer is crucial. You can't cheap out on this stuff, it's not going to do you any good. Secondly, don't be afraid to seek professional help when you lack expertise in a specific field. If I hadn't gone out on a limb and tried this, I never would have found out what I know now about the mobile gaming market. And finally, be prepared to put in time and effort even after the launch to ensure your game's success. I continued promoting WordTrap for at least a couple months, even though it is just that cheaply made asset flip, because it's actually kind of fun. And like I said, maybe it'll take off eventually, who knows. Maybe Google will actually decide to push the game higher to the top of the search results. Just since I started writing the script for this video, Google has made it so that I don't have to put the game title in quotes anymore to search for it. You still have to scroll down like 20 games, even when you type out the exact title of the game in the search bar, but at least it's something. I also tried paying another couple of small indie game developers after this on Fiverr to make some mobile games for me, and the results unfortunately weren't even as good as WordTrap, so ultimately I don't recommend doing this. Have you ever developed or published a game or app, or maybe even just thought about it? Let me know in the comments. And if you're looking for a place to hang out and chat with other gamers, check out the Limited Lives Discord channel, link to that in the description below. Thanks for watching!